Hi, beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to New Era. My name's Emma. Scorpio, we're going to do reading here today for you about what direction you're headed in. So that can be generally like anything and everything, any category, and you will feel where it lands. You will feel like, yeah, this is about this. Um, yeah, I think that's it. At the end of this, if you're interested in a personal reading, because you feel like this really resonates, or for any other reason, if you want a personal reading with me, read about it in the description, send me some messages. Imagine. Scorpio, what direction is Scorpio headed in? Imagine and young. And I want to show you very similar sort of this color scheme. Some clarification. For whatever reason, I want 2 for you. For the others, I've been wanting 3. Imagine, how can we clarify imagine? The awareness card with imagine and young or yang. What do we have for yang? What's the explanation there for Scorpio, please? I don't know, trousers. I mean, is someone just putting on a pair of trousers, like pants, as you're listening to this? It can't be that I own a pair of trousers, I own a pair of pants. I once talked about, like, it has to be something about you just like had a conversation yesterday about trousers, of buying someone a pair of trousers. Because it says because I heard trousers and not pants, I'm thinking pants probably would have come up if that would be more like towards the American language. Because it's trousers, I'm thinking British, or yeah, wherever you speak English rather than American, if that makes sense. So you might be more of the English side speaking about trousers. It's giving you like an extra, like, listen to this, or like, we're with you. We really pay attention to you. We're with you in your conversations. We hear you. It's a little bit of a shout out there. That's interesting. Trousers. Okay. Clarifying yang. Now that we got that out of the way, I think we can get the clarifier for yang. Clarifying yang. Transformation. We're not going to read for every card, but we're going to read for some of them. Let me just look at this for a bit. Did I show you transformation? 13. Imagine and yang. Imagine with the awareness card. I just feel like there's like a big launch. Scorpio, there's a big launch of something. And it can even be, because I see this as like it's almost like UFO related, or like, I want to throw words in like conspiracy theories, or like you might be really into these types of things right now. That really has like a pull on you. And I just see this little person standing here with an arm raised up to the moon. I just see this energy as like the direction that you're headed in. I just feel like you probably are more about not being so rigid anymore. Does that make sense? Like, I'm not saying that you are rigid on a day-to-day basis, like you're such a rigid person or such a rigid sign. But sometimes there can be a bit of stubbornness, Scorpio. And if you're sort of anyone listening into this, thinking like a cross watcher, like, yeah, that's what they are. They're really stubborn. They might not even see themselves. You might not see yourself as stubborn. You might just see that you're holding to your truth. You're holding to your what authentically feels right to you, and obviously you should do that. I just feel like even for you, you're venturing out a little bit. It might even feel a little bit scary. That's why yang, like the masculine energy, is really stepping in. The masculine energy, I would say in any other case, is there to harness in on those ideas, is there to create a situation where the fantasy or vision or like whatever is doable, like we're going to make it happen. It's very calculating in the best sense, structuring, you know, things up with the masculine energy. I just feel in this case that the masculine energy is your fallback, is your safety net, is your ally in this whole, because these cards are not very Scorpio. I mean, I would say Pisces, I would say Libra, I would say a lot of other signs, but I wouldn't say that this is typical Scorpio. Big transformation, connection with the universe, and in, like the basis of what of your direction is imagine. Like it's loosey goosey. It's like what's out there. I'm not saying, again, I'm not saying that you're rigid. It comes across wrong because that's not the energy here at all. It's just saying you're expanding, you're moving away from your traditional ways or typical ways. There might even be, and I know you get a lot of, I keep defending you, Scorpio, like you, one of my favorite signs, and it might be that one of my children, you know, is a Scorpio, and I've dated a lot of Scorpios, and you know, so I just have a really sore spot for Scorpio and Scorpion energy. Having that said, that's almost like a little defense for me before I sort of deliver this news. You can get quite deep and heavy at times. It can be dark. It can be dark thoughts. It can be, I'm never coming out of this hole ever again. And once you're in there, it's just leave them be. Just leave them be. There's nothing you can say right now that's going to bring them back. You know, you just have to find that own your own light. I just think that there's something, this transformation, like the direction that you're headed in right now, is going to bring about a lightness to you that you might not even in yourself have recognized. That like, am I even capable of this type of lightness? And if you were the person before that wanted to, I'm not saying that you wanted to deep that you wanted to dive into every conversation with like really profound depth, and like you could have kept it really surface level. It doesn't mean that you are wanting to explore every subject on to the deepest of the to the deepest possibility. It can even be that you're a little bit shut off and you don't want to explore that at all. So my point here is just saying you might even like, if you have been wanting to go deep before and you want to keep it real, I want to keep it real, like it needs to be taken seriously. There might even be like a feeling of like, we don't actually have to go there. We can actually leave this one on the surface, and your surrounding is like, come again. Like I thought, or not taking things so seriously as like a personal attack. I know with my oldest son, it's like it's not like I walk on eggshells around him, but I really have to choose my words, which brings me to a kinder place. I can't just blurt. It should be the case with everyone that we shouldn't just blurt things out. If I can change my words so that they're coming from a loving and empathetic and kind and compassionate place, why not, you know? But he is really one of those people, and some exes, that if I word it incorrectly, it's like, oh my god, the it feels like I just stab them with my words. And you can say the same thing or have the same vibe or the way or the deliverance of words to another person, and they're like, I don't, okay. But my son or like some other people, some other scorpions that I know of, are like taking it so to their heart and taking it so personally and so seriously, it's like you have to guard your words a little bit. And I feel like this is coming undone for you. I feel like you're not taking yourself as seriously. You're probably going to feel like this is a slap in your face if you don't even realize that this is something that you've been dealing with, or that you don't recognize yourself in, or whatever. And that's completely fine. If this doesn't resonate with you, just leave it be and keep moving. Um, there's a huge transformation. My goodness. So anything that you can make lighter right now, whatever situation that you're in, the direction that you're headed in, I just feel like if you can make it lighter, how can we look at this from a more curious vantage point? How can we look at this from an inner child perspective? How can we bring curiosity and fun and um, asking why in a situation like this, rather than this is how it is, it's a little bit of a struggle, it really will serve you. And just going into that daydreaming state will really help you in this situation. Can I just get a couple more cards? And we're going to read as well. There you go. Rebuild. So there is a tower. This is what I'm saying. There's been a tower situation. Maybe even that you felt blindsided. Something has happened in the past where you felt blindsided. Because this is not the type of tower that is like, whoa, happy surprise. This is more like stabbed in the back with my words, surprise. Being let go, being let down, being left, it's a strong tower. And 16 is like sudden shift. So it's like out of nowhere. But this is what you're clearing it out. You're coming into your own. Whatever hardship, like even back to your childhood. Again, I'm thinking about my son and how he was bullied in school, and how he now is actually really starting to, as a 25-year-old, weird since I'm 27. Since the 20, he's being 25, and as a 25-year-old, he's really starting to step into his true power. He's starting to question things. He's starting to let go of certain things. He's starting to think that he can amount to more. And you might be 65 and think the same thing. Like, it doesn't have an age. There's something that you're it's like you have been rebuilding. The rebuild is not starting now. This is like you've been in a caterpillar situation for the longest time and rebuilding yourself and finding your footing and finding your place in this world. And here comes the transformation. It's like now you get to start to, it's like as long as we are in survival mode, if we don't know where the next meal is going to come from, it's really tough to be playful. If we feel that we're under threat or under any type of abuse or like really in a utsatt, exposed situation, you won't go for curiosity and playfulness and fun, right? So it's like you need to be in order for you to move forward, and in order for you to get like more to the light place, you need to feel safe. So there's this restriction of the energy here that it has kept, like, you are just now coming back into your own. You're starting to feel safe within your own skin. And so once you feel safe and once you have food on the table and you know you're not being abused anymore and you're not abused in your head anymore as well, because that's a big, you might have not have been like under threat sort of physically or mentally from another person in forever, from other outside circumstances forever, but we keep repeating the story in our minds, right? At least I know I do that still. I have to work on, like, that's not happening anymore. You can let it go. Well, that person is not here. Like, the amount of energy that I put on getting really upset with people, I will make up. I will have a story in my mind. I should say, I should be kinder to myself. I did this. I'm so much better at this now. But for sure, I made up stories in my mind. It was me and it was them. And I made up what they said, and then I got really upset for what they said in my head. That rhymed. Like, they didn't even say it. I mean, they probably said it at some point in our physical interaction, in our day to day life, if we had an interaction with each other. But that person probably had been long gone in my life. Or if they are not long gone, maybe they're a family member. So they have to see them on occasion. There's some, whatever, if this is a person you sometime have to see, that you probably see them 1%. The story about them probably is real 1% of the time, and 99% of the time it's stories that you make up in your head. And it's like, oh my god, the stories that I've invented to then get pissed off at someone for what they said, not actually, but in my head, it's like mind-blowing. If I could be, or could have been, as creative, thinking about what someone said creatively that they didn't say, but like in a positive way, my goodness, the beautiful relationships I would have carried around in my head. But I've come to understand that the reason why we do this, the reason why, to our defense, mine and yours, Scorpio, the reason why we make up these stories is a defense mechanism that, like, don't come at me. If I say this, you say this, then I have a response to it, and I practice it in my head so that if it happens, it's not like I'm sitting here thinking I should practice this in my head. So if this happens in real life, I know what to sort of get you back with. It's just happening automatically, but it's a defense mechanism that if we tried it out, if we tried like 10 scenarios out in our head before it might actually happen, we feel safe, we feel guarded, we feel that we have some sense of knowing what to do should that happen in the future. The thing is, it usually never come to pass. We're making up these stories that never will come to pass. So there's something about rebuilding something from the past, a low blow, a real surprise that just, it's a big tower situation that really had you work on coming to this point, and the rebuilding part is now done. So you're not stepping into the rebuild now. That's been going on for years and years. And if it has only been going on for months and months, the months and months has felt so profoundly deep. Now the transformation can take place because now you start to feel safe. Something else around this situation, and then I'm going to read for the imagine and awareness. Simply love, and it was one more. Oop, there it was. And clarity of belief. And I think that was your third. It was your third number one. So you are in, like, the number one is like new beginnings, new energy. We're starting up this new. The first feeling I had here was like we're launching something. So if this is like, if we really take this down a notch, like on everyday life business, for instance, this might be like a brand new beginning for launching a business, launching this new thing at your job, or at, like, in the company that you work, you're launching this new thing. Something new. If this is a relationship related situation, new relationships, or like newfound spark in an already committed relationship is really settling and setting in here. Overall in life, if you see like 1-1, like 11-11, 1-1-1, just know that you're really on a clear path forward here. I was like, is that a fourth? No, it wasn't. Okay, so we had simply love came out, and we have clarity of belief there with the number one. There's a butterfly. Like, I felt like it's been forever that it feels like you've been the caterpillar and you're now the transformation, becoming the butterfly is really here. Imagine is what we're going to read for 20. So that's an upgrade for sure. 2.0 version of you, Scorpio. 20. 20. 1, 20. Imagine, as we say in French. It's really gorgeous. Essential meanings of this card is turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity and illusions. The oracle's message states, who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life that you want? Those small existential questions. Who do you want to be, and what do you need to believe in order to have the life that you want? I mean, I would pause this video and I would sit with that and I would write it down, or at least think it out. Like if you can answer those two questions, like that goes such a long way for the direction forward. Okay. You were gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life that you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. But then you'll know that it's not magic, it's you doing this deliberately. And then the relationship message states, in matters of the heart, it's easy to daydream about another as a means of connecting to that person. While that's romantic, if you want this relationship to be real, you need to go for it, not just dream about it. Now is a time to move beyond the daydream and into reality, beyond illusion and into fruition. Relationships are about relating. So step out onto the dance floor where imagination partners with the manifestation. The message of this card is that a person with attributes you have imagined will enter your life. You'll be changed for the better. Imagine that. So, yeah, we have all these ones here. So for some of you guys, if you're not in if you're single, with single Scorpios, it could very well be that you are in it for meeting someone that really shares, that has a lot of the traits, a lot of the characteristics that you're looking for. And again, if you're already in a relationship, it just feels like there's a new spark. There's a new energy coming into to that relationship. Okay, and then prosperity message. This is a powerful time to get clear on how you create your prosperity, what it means to you to be prosperous, and what attributes you need to develop in yourself to make things happen. What do you need to be to live out your dreams? Another great question. What do you need to be to live out your dreams? It doesn't say what, it says who. Who do you need to be to live out your dreams? Can you imagine the kind of life you desire? Really imagine it without holding back the sheer force of your powers of creativity. If you can envision it, you can have it. Get ready, for prosperity is waiting for you to claim it now. Act as if your dreams really will come true. The direction you're headed in, if there's something, you're thinking something about a relationship, you're thinking something about a job, something about your health or your body, something around friendships, something around money, like whatever direction you're headed in around these categories, around these themes, the things you're thinking about, the direction you want to go in, what if they really came true? Like sit with that, sit with what that feels like. What if it became a reality? It's not just up in your head. What would that look like? What would that feel like? What would that do with you on a day-to-day basis? And then we had awareness card, so we'll read for that as well. So for whatever reason, I want to say, so the awareness card has number one, but in this book we have a zero before the number one. And so I just want to say there's something with the zero, like you have come full, the situation that you're in now has run its course. You come full circle. There's nothing more in this situation to gain from it. And that's probably why we haven't spoken about that really, but you might feel a little bit bored. You might feel a little bit frustrated or not really knowing where to go next. Um, just know that zero has already been here. Ones are now like floating in everywhere. It's new beginnings, it's new energy, it's new, which means it will come with new opportunities. If you sort of wake up and you expect that, okay, I've come full circle in the old version of me. I come full circle in the old situation that I was recently in, or that you feel like you maybe are still in right now. That is done, and now you're just waiting to. It's just you. I'm just thinking about like having a party, or like preparing for a party, if you ever done that, or preparing for a group of friends to come home, or like you prepared everything, maybe you cooked some food or baked something, or you cleaned up, or you did something in your home, and now you're just waiting for the guests to arrive. The old version, like the whatever what you just did, is now a done deal. And in life it's like you just stay with whatever you created in your mind, whatever, like cake or foods or snacks, or like whatever you created for your next situation. It's like you just stay there and you're annoyed that your guest doesn't arrive. You don't do that, you expect them to come. And I know that's a real scenario, and it's easier to think that, well, I've done that in my real life, but this is like a thought I have, or this is a dream I have, and I don't know if the guests will arrive to my party, you know? But if you start to really imagine that, or really sort of get into that headspace, that's when things start to move forward. So we're done with it. We've closed a circle. We have, you come full circle in a situation that you, it's like, yeah, I've outgrown this shirt. I've outgrown these shoes. Like I'm done with this. And you're moving on. Once everywhere. Uh Awareness. Yeah. This card is one of the key reminders that you already possess all the tools that, sorry. This card is one of the key reminders that you already possess all the tools to guide and direct you in your life. Yeah, you don't need anything outside of yourself to be able to move forward. It's all inside you. Whether it's wisdom, intuition, psychic skill, creativity, self motivation, love, willpower, physical ability, or just pure courage, they're all a part of you. Once you learn to tap into and use them, you'll be amazed by the power and effect they can have. You have the ability to allow the universe to work in partnership with you. Together, you can manifest change, whatever the desire may be, and bring about a positive outcome. This card represents your ability to create your own reality. And this awareness card is the magician. In the traditional tarot, this is the magician. So it speaks about how you are the creator of your own reality. And this is also finding that out. It's not like, oh, am I? Then I'm going to, like, it's a finding. That's a process for sure. That's a big transformation to think, I can only do this if someone else allows me to, or if I have the right age or money, or, you know, it's so, and I for sure have been in that headspace for quite some time now, that I feel like money is hindering me to do all the things that I want to do. And to understand that that is just a self-imposed idea. You know, we shouldn't believe everything that we think. And so, well, if the idea suits me and it works for me and it moves me forward, then then give it validation. But if it's like hinders me in my tracks and it doesn't fit into anything that I want to do, then don't believe that thought. Then it's like, goodbye thought, you're not welcome here. It's tough to resist that though. That's a whole other topic. But like it is welcome here. But we can transcend it. Um this card represents, right, that's what brought me to that you're the magician. This card represents your ability to create your own reality, to set ideas into motion and watch them grow. This card is often drawn when you're ready to switch direction, start a new project, or change careers. And we see that you're ready. That's exactly what I said. It feels like come full circle. The zero is out of the way now. um, Now is the time to use positive thoughts, visualizations, and affirmations as you veer away from negativity. Knowledge is power and can lead to success. By having faith, keeping your willpower strong and directed, and by tapping into the tools that you possess, as well as calling on the magic from the universe, you can accomplish anything and everything you set out to do. And we have that with, that's what I'm saying. It's like, this is like calling out to the universe, connecting with the universe. Imagine whatever it is that you want, and walk in the direction. The direction that you're headed in is more light, is more lighthearted, lightedness. It's not as heavy and serious anymore. It's like you're coming out of your shell a little bit, I would say. Clarity of belief. Everything will, like, you're coming from the caterpillar to the butterfly. If you just sort of continue to connect in with your heart, you're connecting with love and you're connecting with your heart, and that transformation is underway anyway. You have two images of people holding their hands over their heart. Do it from a heart space. Like, do whatever do whatever makes you feel like it's connected in with your heart, truly what you want. And ask those questions, and then pause and then answer. Okay, final advice here. Final message from Scorpio's angels about what direction they're headed in. Scorpio. I feel like it has taken a little bit of time to shuffle today, so maybe there's like a need for patience, a need to understand that even though you're frustrated or like feel like nothing's really happening, that things just really want to fall into place before it's being delivered. It's not just anything. You don't want just a relationship. You want the perfect, whatever perfect means for you, relationship to come in, or job, or other. Perfect timing. Exactly. Oh my goodness. Yeah. We're waiting for the perfect timing. So it might also be that you feel like you're supposed to do certain things right now, or you're supposed to, I don't know, a lot of should have, could have, would have situations, like, or you should do this, or you should have done that. That there is a timing to things. I just feel like the timing is now. The perfect timing is now. And look out into the world with more curiosity. You're starting to feel safe. You're starting to feel more about who you are, which means you can't allow yourself to venture out a little bit. It's perfect timing. It's either wait for the perfect timing. That might be the frustration. Like, when is it happening? Yeah. I just feel like it is the perfect timing. There is something like 111 everywhere. It's coming in strong. So you're headed in a beautiful direction. It's not that it's not overwhelming at times, because change can be scary, and change can be making you feel like you're out of control, and now you're back into survival mode and you need to protect yourself. So it can be like a reaction can be that we're trying to shut it down or slow the pace of things. That's okay. That's okay. So just talk with your nervous system, talk with your control, and say, I got this. I know what we're doing here. I ask for this. I want a different outcome this time. I want a different reality. I want to see something new. And and sit with that and don't force anything, you're really, really headed in the great direction. Okay, this is what I have for you, beautiful Scorpio. Thank you so much for watching. Again, if you want a personal reading with me, please send me a message. Read about it in the description and send me a message. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. It really helps me a lot. You just press that little button there. Completely free. Thank you again, guys.